The Federal High Court in Abuja has granted bail to Senator Ali Ndume, who was remanded in prison as a shorty to the former chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar, has lamented the high rate of insecurity in the north, saying it is the worst place to live in the country. The Sultan stated this at the fourth quarterly meeting of the Nigeria Inter-Religious Council in Abuja on Thursday. He said bandits were fast overrunning the north as residents slept with their eyes open because bandits moved from house to house, village to village, market to market with AK-47 rifles openly, purchasing foodstuffs and other items and even collecting change without any challenge from security agencies. At number 9, the 2020 edition of The Experience, an all-night gospel concert, will hold virtually for the first time in 15 years. This was announced on the official website of the organizers of the program, which has become a favorite annual event for gospel music lovers. The annual event, hosted by the senior pastor of House on the Rock, Paul Adefarasin, usually holds at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos, and each gathering averaged an attendance of over 500,000 people, making it arguably the largest gospel concert in the world. But the organizers of the program have announced that a decision has been taken to maintain physical distancing amid the coronavirus pandemic. They said the Experience 15 Global Edition is scheduled to hold on Friday, 11 December 2020, virtually live-streamed around the world, serving as a platform to unify the global church and establish God's kingdom here on earth. At number 8, on Thursday, the House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts grilled officials of the federal government over how a $125 million loan obtained from the World Bank was spent. The committee summoned signatories to the World Bank account belonging to the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, where the money was domiciled and through which it was allocated to various government bodies. The Director General of the Budget Office of the Federation, Ben Akabweze, who also appeared before the panel for the second time in 2 weeks, said the money was captured in the 2018 Appropriation Act and that the Accountant General of the Federation was also aware of the loan. The chairman of the committee, Oluwole Oke, has summoned all collaborating ministries, departments and agencies to appear before the lawmakers next week. At number 7, Adelakun Amubeya, a police inspector attached to the Agbado Police Station, Lagos State Police Command, has been arrested for allegedly raping an undergraduate in Ipaja area, Lagos State. The police inspector and the victim reportedly live in the same compound in Abeson Estate. Amubeya and his wife were said to have promised to teach the teenage undergraduate how to make money with an application on her phone. When she went to the couple's apartment on November 15th, she was allegedly assaulted by the couple who was alone in their apartment. The victim's father, who demanded justice, said when he got to know about the rape, he challenged the suspect, but he denied it. However, the State Police Public Relations Officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, promised to react on the incident after getting full details, but had yet to do so as at the time of filing this report. At number 6, the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation on Thursday night requested that the organized labor should give it 1 week to consult on the reversal of the increase in petrol price. The organized labor at the meeting with the government team led by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, at the Old Banquet Hall of the Presidential Villa, demanded an immediate reversal of the recent increase of fuel price. Recall that the organized labor had walked out of the meeting with government representatives last weekend over the same issue, even though the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, had said that there was no walkout at the meeting, but a normal recess. At the resumed meeting on Thursday night, which entered into the early hours of Friday, the NNPC requested for 1 week to make consultations on the insistence for the reversal of the new fuel price increment before discussions could continue. At number 5, the National Sports Festival, earlier slated for December 3rd to December 13th, has been rescheduled to hold in Benin from January 3rd to January 17, 2021. The festival was initially scheduled for March 2020, but had to be postponed to December due to the coronavirus pandemic. The Special Advisor on Media to the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, John Joshua Akanji, said on Thursday in Abuja that the decision was taken after a stakeholders meeting. The minister, Sunday Dare, said that he would make a final push to get the final and definite date for the festival. At number 4, a magistrate court in Wuse Zone 6 has sentenced a member of the House of Representatives, Victor Mella, to 1 month imprisonment. The lawmaker who represents Biliri Balanga Federal Constituency was however given an option of fine. The court order was given on Friday, November 27, 2020. On November 10th, a magistrate court found Mela guilty of lying under oath while filling the INEC form prior to the 2019 elections. His conviction follows his prosecution by the police in Abuja, as at the time of filing this report, it was unclear if the lawmaker appealed the judgment. At number 3, the Supreme Court on Friday rejected a request by Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited for it to review and set aside a 17 billion naira judgment entered against it last year. On January 11, 2019, the Supreme Court upheld the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which had slammed a 17 billion naira damages against the oil company for oil spillage in Eleme local government area of Rivers State. But the appellants, which include Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, Shell International Petroleum Company Limited, and Shell International Exploration and Production BV, in an application dated July 24, 2019, asked the Apex Court to revisit the judgment of January 11, 2019. However, the Apex Court, in a unanimous decision prepared by Justice Sentus Nweze and delivered by Justice Samuel Osuji on Friday, dismissed the appeal for being incompetent and lacking in merit. At number 2, a new coalition of 36 militant groups called Continuous Emancipation of Niger Delta, which carried out attacks on gas and crude oil pipelines in Bayelsa State in the last 2 weeks, have listed 6 demands the federal government should meet, otherwise the group would continue destructive attacks on oil and gas facilities. The group's demands correspond with all the 7-point demands the South-South governors and leaders made on Tuesday in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, except for their call on the federal government to pay 13% derivative directly to oil and gas producing communities. Finally, at number 1, the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted bail to Senator Ali Ndume, who was remanded in prison as a shorty to the former chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina. Ndume, who represents Borno South Senatorial District, was remanded in prison on November 23, 2020, over his failure to produce Maina, whom he stood shorty for in court for his trial. Maina has since September 29th refused to attend his trial, a development that led to the remand of his shorty Ndume in prison custody. In a ruling on Friday, Justice Okon Abang granted the application Ndume filed to be released on bail and also ordered him to deposit his international passport to the Chief Registrar of the court pending the determination of his appeal. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.